Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Build your army decks, dominate opponents in player versus player action, collect and upgrade cards to fit your strategy, improve their power and unlock unique traits. Choose from all 40k factions, take part in campaigns based on iconic 40k battles, rise to the top of the leaderboard and win glory. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. Luke Seaman has returned with his Blood Angels. In this battle they will take on the Tau Empire, fighting across this Martian landscape here. The Blood Angels prepare to do battle with the forces of the Tau Empire. Right, welcome to this 2,000 points game, Blood Angels versus Tau. So a revamped Tau list here, experimental list. Tau haven't performed too well in the league, so it's created an opportunity for them to be used in some of our challenger games. Luke Seaman has returned with his Blood Angels, a slight adjustment to his list, and they will take on the Tau in this fight. So this is a brigade detachment for the Tau and Battle Forge, so 15 command points. I've then spent 3 command points taking a second relic, and then also the opportunity to take some experimental weaponry as well. Yeah, it's prototype weapon systems. I'll cover that in just a moment. So it is Tau Sept, so 5+ for Overwatch for these units. So HQ choices, Commander Ghosttide leads the force, he is the Warlord. Quadruple Fusion Blasts for him. Vectored Maneuvering Thrusters is one of the relics, so able to shoot and then immediately move 6 inches. A Ghost to Orks Among Us is the Warlord trait, so guaranteed 6-inch advanced move available as well. Second HQ is the new Shadow Sun model and rules. I've taken the lighter 2-shot Fusion Blaster there at strength 7, AP -4 and D3 damage. So equipped 2 of those, the light missile launcher as well, and the 2 drones. Then next HQ choice is a Cadre Fireblade. Puretide Engram Neurochip is the relic, so himself or another unit once per game can make a single reroll to hit, wound or damage roll. Marker Light equipped on him as well, and also whenever I use a stratagem or the opponent does on a 6, we gain a command point. Then the 4th HQ choice is an Ethereal just there. 6 troops required for the brigade, so 2 units of 10 breaches, no upgrades, just pulse blasters for them. 4 units of Fire Warriors, strike teams, no further upgrades, just units of 10, all equipped with pulse rifles. Fast attack, 3 units of shield drones, 1 unit of 5, 2 units of 4. Then for elite choices, 2 Firesight Marksmen, and then 2 Ghost Kills. The first one equipped with a Cyclic Iron Raker, Double Fusion Blaster, Shield Generator, and Target Lock, so no minus to the hit rolls when firing heavy weapons on the move. 2 Stealth Drones as well. 2 Stealth Drones for the second Ghost Kill, Fusion Collider, Double Fusion Blaster, and Target Lock and Shield Generator also. Another Elite's choice as well, bringing back the Crisis battle suits here, unit of 5, the 3 at the back armed with missile pods and double fusion blaster for each of those. Then this one here, fusion blaster and plasma rifle and a drone controller, and then this one here, double plasma rifle, iridium armor for a 2-up armor save, and then a shield generator as well for 4+ invuln save. 2 more fast attack, 2 units of 4 gun drones as well for this list. And then finally the heavy support to fulfill the brigade, 1 broadside here with Seeker missile, high missile pods, smart missile system and advanced targeting systems. And then these 3 individual units, these broadsides here, each armed with heavy rail rifle, velocity tracker, double plasma rifle and Seeker missile as well. That's the list here for the Tau. Fresh challenge for them here as they take on the Blood Angels. So just before we take a look at Luke's list, I'll mention the Patreons here. So at gold level, you get a shout out in our battle reports. That's Marcus Anthony, Paul Cook, Alex Stillwart, Nicholas Lucas, Noah Perkins and Andrew Swan. So big thanks to them for their support at gold level. You can check out the end credits. You'll see the names of those supporting at silver level, and thanks also to those supporting at bronze. I've set up the Striking Scorpion Patreon page. It supports our local Wargames club here at SSWG. They have a website, you can check them out, it's sswg.co.uk, and they use the funds for new and exciting terrain projects, which we'll start seeing filtering through into our battle reports. So we'll take a look now and see what Luke Seaman has in his Blood Angels list. Alright, so 2,000 points of Blood Angels here. Good to see them back. Luke's aim is to restore pride to the Blood Angels here on the channel. Didn't quite manage it in the last challenge game. Tough battle against the Necrons, but they could slaughter the Tau here in this fight. We'll let Luke run through his list.
Okay, this is my 2,000 points Blood Angel army. It's got 3 detachments. It has the air wing at the back there with the 2 Storm Talons and the Storm Raven. Talons have got las cannons and assault cannons, and the Razorback, no it's not, it's a Storm Raven, is got the multi-melter assault cannons and the missiles. In the Vanguard, which is led by Lamartas here, you've got 2 units of Terminators, one being the tactical with Storm Bolters and Heavy Flamer, the others being Thunderhammer, Storm Shields and Lightning Claws, and then you've got the Sanguinary Guard there on the left. And then you've got the Death Company, various weapons, a Thunderhammer, a Furnace Pistol and 3 Hand Flamers. And then you've got a very small battalion with the 3 Scouts, Captain Krellin and the Legend Mephiston, not the Primaris one. Haven't got him, or will I get him? They're planning to face the fish faces that are Tau. And there we are, told you about badmouth them, and beat them in melee because they can't fight. So there we are, that's my 2,000 point Black Legion, Blood Angel.
Yeah, mixed loyalties here. I think he's loyal to the Emperor. So what psychic powers does this guy?
He's going to have, he's got Wings of Sanguinus, Quickening, and Unleash Rage and Smite.
Okay, and the Warlord and Relic is here still?
Yes, so he's going to be, going to have the Hammer of Baal, and he's going to be Selfless Valor, which is the 6-inch intervention.
Heroic intervention,
yeah.
Right, gotcha, okay.
Alright, so that's Luke's list here, complete with insults towards the Tau. I think 90% of viewers are going to agree with you. A lot of people hate the Tau. But still, when you're at the top, you have a lot of enemies here. But we'll see how well the Tau cope with this hyper-elite Blood Angels list. Good balance, though. Nice mix of flyers, infantry, elite units, and a lot of close combat potential for sure. We'll go on to scenario and deployment now for this fight. Okay, so we have a mission here. It's been randomly determined. Gone to chapter approved 2018. Scars of Battle. It's Maelstrom of War. So tactical objectives based game. Frontline assault is the deployment. Luke won the roll off for that and is elected to go at the other side. So this is the Tau deployment here, marked by these red dice. It's this shallow arrow wedge formation just here. So that's the line where the Tau can deploy up to from one side of the table to the next. And then we'll go around here just to show you the deployment zone for the Blood Angels, which is here at 6 inches in at the edge, 9 inches away from the centre of the table. There's 6 tactical objectives on the board. They're very spread out here, very evenly across the table. Objective number 6 on the right hand side next to the burnt out Rhino. Objective number 4 just inside the Blood Angels deployment zone. There is an objective dead centre here. Objective number 2. Objective number 5 just almost on the line of the Blood Angels deployment zone. Objective number 1 just on the tower right hand flank, just outside their deployment zone, and again just outside their deployment zone here. Objective number 3. So it looks like Blood Angels hold more at their end. Rules then, there's Slay the Warlord, First Strike and Line Breaker all available. Refined Strategy is being used, so we've already removed 6 cards from our deck. Tactical objectives, you're generating 3, keep generating cards until you have 3 in play at each turn. And then the other special rule is Lost Communications. It just means that some more cards will be removed just before the first turn begins. We roll a dice and randomly remove another numbers. It could be numbers, for example, numbers 11 to 16 will be removed, so a few more cards being removed from the deck as well. So just cutting down the options here in this fight. But other than that, pretty standard game here of Maelstrom of War for this fight. We'll go on to deployment now. Armies will deploy in their entirety. Right, so the battle mat that we're using in this game is from gamemat.eu, rolls out nice and flat, 6x4 in size, and then we put the terrain on top, and then just some stones and scatter to blend it all in. We're also using some of the terrain sets. There's 2 sets being used here from gamemat.eu. So they're Chem Zone Industrial Terrain set just here, that's these bits, and then those yellow containers as well from that set, and then some of these accessories. And then also we're using one of their desert terrain sets. These larger pieces of terrain is one of the pre-painted terrain sets from them as well. But you can check out gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats and terrain. Alright, so deployment is complete. Tower deploy first. They will go first unless the Blood Angels seize the initiative. So I've got an infiltrator block here supported with some infantry. I haven't gone too far deep into no man's land with those. Just being cautious of the Blood Angels going first and then swooping down upon them. So the 2 Ghost Kills here. Commander Shadow Sun's going to operate with them. 1 unit of Breaches, 1 unit of Fire Warriors here being added in as a screen and a bit of infantry support. In the main tower base, so their gun line is across here. So drones spread out behind. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of broadsides. In amongst them is a marksman, the Imperial, Cadre Fireblades just there, another marksman just at the front. The Commander, Ghost Tide, is in amongst them, and then 1 unit of Fire Warriors, a 2nd unit, a 3rd unit, and then Breaches as support also. So determined to hold on to objective number 1. So just preparing for Deep Strikers to come in turn 2 onwards. So Tower need to screen their units as best as they can. Deployment for the Blood Angels, unit Scouts here to watch over objective number 5. Another unit Scouts just here. Another unit Scouts here. Shotguns, they're armed with them ones. By the looks of it. Okay, so just behind the rocks, and then 2 Storm Talents, Storm Raven on the right hand side, and then some reserves. The Sanguinary Guard to Deep Strike in, the Death Company to Deep Strike in with Lemates, Terminators and the Captain to Deep Strike in. Then these Terminators and Mephiston are inside the Storm Raven gunship, and the Tower have tactical reserves as well to arrive by Manta Strike. So Deep Strike regular rules, 2 units of drones, and the 5-man Crisis Battlesuit team as well. That's deployment done. I guess we'll see if the Blood Angels want to seize the initiative. Yep, got a nod. And here comes the roll. Dice a 1. Okay, so Tower will go first. Prepared positions, I don't know how much it's going to help. It won't help the flyers, it's probably not worth going for. So Tower turn 1 coming up next. This is interesting, this game, because a lot of units are miles away from each other here. Not too much for the Tower to see at this stage, but they will go first. We'll go on to turn 1 for the Tower. Okay, so we're on turn 1. Battlefield's quite empty here. Armies have backed off away from each other. Tau tucked over in this corner, and the infiltrating group across here. Blood Angels, much of their stuff in reserves or inside the transport there. So first thing we've done is we've reshuffled the deck after taking out 6 cards. I rolled a 3, so I've lost all of the defend cards. Cards that the Tau liked sit on top of objectives. We've lost all 6 of those. Luke rolled a 2. All of the secure cards have been lost from Luke's deck. So then we've reshuffled. That's the deck there, quite cut down in size. There's 12 cards missing here. Psychological Warfare has been drawn. Orders received, and a mission critical objective was the card drawn on top. The number is objective number 5. Has to be achieved by the Warlord. It's over in the top right hand corner, so some distance away. And I'm sure Commander Ghosttide will not want to venture out alone into the desert with all the Blood Angels flying about all over the place. Big Game Hunter, big incentive to try and bring down one of the flyers. That's the cards that have been drawn here for the Tau. So, I mean, really, now with both of us having lost objective cards, I've lost the defend, you've lost the secures. The objectives maybe aren't quite as important as per usual in a Maelstrom of War game. Interesting game, this one. It's hard to imagine how it's going to develop here at this very early stage. We're going to movement now for the Tau on turn 1. Alright, so movement for the Tau, a bold move from the infiltrating units. Command rerolled this advance, roll 6 for this one. These have gone right ahead, so 12 inches plus 6, 18-inch move by these. They are equipped to target lock, so we can advance and shoot with assault weapons without penalty, so a bit of advantage there. But they were back here and have made a big leap ahead. Just try and bring a bit of firepower down on these Tau flyers. Shadow Sun's advanced forwards with the drones. Drone squads here have advanced as well. Advanced to the breaches, 6-inch move with the Fire Warriors. They're 30-inch pulse rifles in range to put a few shots into the flyers as well. We've expanded the line, just again forming a protective barrier here, we hope, against any deep strikers coming in. Declared Mont cut with the commander, so we're going to get to reroll hit rolls of these when they shoot. The broadsides of the heavy rail rifles do have targets here. They can fire against some of the Storm Talons. Drones have sat where they are. The Epherial's moved out. Marksman's pushed ahead. This Marksman's pushed here, and the Cadre Fireblade has moved ahead as well. Nothing for them to mark light up this turn. So that's movement done. The focus then is to fire what we have as much as we can at these flyers, see if we can cause any damage on turn 1. We'll go on to shooting phase for the Tau coming up next. So we checked line of sight here. Heavy air rifles are going to fire. This one on the end can see the Tau fin of the right hand Storm Talon. So just they can't get any mark light hits here, so we cannot fire the missiles. So it's just going to be the heavy air rifle shots. 4s to hit becomes 5s to hit for hard to hit, then +1 because we do have velocity trackers. So 4s. And we can reroll this one. 2 hits come through. That's pretty good. It's going to be 3s to wound. Okay. So I shall command reroll one of these just to see if we can get a wound. It does come through. AP -4. So 6+ to keep that, by the way. So that comes off. Command point used up. It'll be D6 damage. And just a moment, just to clarify here, for our experimental technology, we have cross-linked stabilizer jets. That's the option we went for. Put it onto this unit. It means they get to reroll 1s for shooting and for wound rolls as well. So keep that in mind when they turn 2 onwards from man to strike. So this is the damage. It's 5. Storm Talon taking some pretty heavy damage from that shot coming through. So let's put that one down to 5. The other 2 here, they can see through, but it's against the other Storm Talon gunship. So 2 shots. 1 hit. I think the velocity tracker gives you +1 to hit rolls, -1 it cancels it out, so I think I do get to reroll this one here. I'll reroll it with missed. Okay. So trying to wound on a 3+. It's another 1. Okay. The next unit to fire, and just to mention, the Epherial's granted Sense of Stone, so units within range 6+ to ignore damage. 2 hits this time, 2 5s, 3s to wound. 1's foul, but 1's made it through. AP -4. Damage is 3, so down to 7 wounds left on the other Storm Talons. So softening up these flyers to some degree. These are in range. We'll decide what to do now. Do we try and take out Storm Talons or try and bring the big Storm Raven down? So we're going to fire all that we have into the Storm Raven gunship. Our ballistic skill is going to be 5+ here because of the -1 to hit rolls. No kind of re-rolls available here. So Cyclic Iron Raker, 6 shots, need 5s, supercharging. So yeah, happy enough with that. It's pretty good. 3s to wound, strength 8. 3 wounds come through. It's AP -1. So 1 makes it through. So 1 wound comes through. Damage is 2. 2 wounds caused. It's D3. 2 fusion blasters, they are in range. We get 1 hit. If this wounds, it'll be good. Yes, it does wound. D6 damage. 5 wounds caused. Tau causing trouble here to some degree. So down to 7 wounds left on the Storm Raven. It's possible to bring it down. Fusion Collider, just check our ranges here, range 18. Fusion Collider, 1 shot. We'll do the 2 fusion blasters as well. 5s for hits, there's 1. So we're not going to destroy this vehicle. 3s to wound, it does wound. And the damage is 3 more wounds caused, down to 4. But nasty enough damage here against the Storm Raven gunship, but not enough to bring it down. Okay, so Fire Warriors here. Needing 5s. 5s to wound. 2 5s, 2 saves are 3+ on the Storm Raven. And double 6. Okay, so I think that's all that we have. Shadow Sun's out of range. She's taken the range 18, 2 shots each weapon, so out of range of her firepower. And looking around here, I don't think there's anything else that we can do. So that is the end of Tau turn 1. They have risked taking the fight to the Blood Angels. None of the flyers brought down. We'll see if the Tau regret that as we go into turn 1. Coming up next for the Blood Angels. Psychological Warfare now, which I will dump. Yeah. No, we'll leave that one. I think it's going to be even more difficult to achieve that. Grab objective number 5 of the Warlord. No, I'm not going to go anywhere near objective 5. So I'm going to dump all of that. We'll leave Psychological Warfare. Big Game Hunter we'll leave in play. Might be able to achieve that on a future turn. We'll wrap up Tau turn 1. I've achieved more damage than I was expected, but we've failed to destroy a target here. We'll go on to turn 1 next for the Blood Angels. Alright, so we are on turn 2. We'll cover the cards in just a moment. Blood Angels have taken the fight to the Tau here. Going to try and deal with this infiltrated part of the Tau army. Storm Raven gunship's gone ahead 30 inches, has disembarked its occupants. 2 Storm Talon gunships have moved across here as well. So disembarking with the Thunderhammer Terminators and Mephiston, that's where they are. A charge is possible here. If a decent enough roll is made, they may well be able to get in contact here against the front ghost kill. Then around here, I'll cover the cards just to show you the situation. So overwhelming firepower, so destroy something in the shooting phase, quite doable. Mission critical objective, that's objective number 4, and supremacy as well. Control 3 objectives and get D3 victory points. So scouts have advanced and secure objective number 6. Scouts just moving slightly to control objective number 4, and that's the mission critical objective also. And they've picked up objective number 5. So scouts just doing their job, anchoring these objectives, and it's worked out well here for the Blood Angels on turn 1. If this continues, this freedom across the board for Blood Angels and the Tau just cowering in this corner, then that will bode well for the Blood Angels. That's why I set up some kind of infiltrator blob over here, but it's being harassed by the Blood Angels immediately as the game begins. We'll go on to Psychic phase next for the Blood Angels on turn 1. Here we go, Wings of Sanguinius. Just have to watch this take place. Goes off at 11.
I'll move in a minute.
So he's going to move.
Move again.
He's moved up 12 inches. So say hello to Mr. Ghost Kill. So 1 inch charge required. No, auto charge, isn't it? Because you're on +1 for being Blood Angels. Yeah. Next is...
I'm going to go Smite.
Okay, bit of Smite here as well.
Yep.
Goes on 8. Okay, goes off on 8. Can't do anything to stop it. So D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound taken, down to 9 wounds left on that front ghost kill. Any more? Does he get another one?
do 2.
And he gets 2. Okay. So psychic phase complete. Pretty good. We're going to go on to shooting phase next. Okay, so firepower from the Storm Raven gunship. Twin assault cannon is going to go down here into the Fire Warriors. Double multi-melter shot here into these 2 stealth drones. Rockets are going to go into Shadow Sun's drones just there. Okay. So 12 shots into the Fire Warriors.
4s.
3s.
4s because of the damage.
Oh, sorry, yes, and damage bracket. Okay, yes. So we'll mark that up with an appropriate bit of puff, just like so. And then 2s to wound, yeah, toughness 3. Or wound except 1.
-1 to the H, so -2 AP.
A Devastator. Saved none. So 5 Fire Warriors brought down. Let's cut that squad in half. So decent enough result there against them. Just mark them up for morale, which could be an issue. 2 multi-mounted shots into the drones.
1 hit.
1 hit, yep. And 2s to pulverise that drone. Yeah, it's gone. So one of those gone. And mark that up for morale as well, which could be an issue. And then, yep, 2 rocket shots.
1 hit. Wounds.
1 wound, okay. So we'll take it on the 4+ invuln save. Failed. Okay. Do we command reroll at this stage? I would say it's just a drone. No, we'll leave it. I've got a feeling we might need it for other firepower coming through. So we'll leave it. We'll lose that drone. Just there. I think there's rules that let you save it on 6. We'll just double check. All right, so a bit has taken place off camera here. So I did go for the command reroll, failed. Did roll a 6 though for the pure tide engram neurochip, so we kept the command point. Just the rules for the drone, rolled up for the models and damage that we've already lost. Restored 2 Fire Warriors to play. It's here, Advanced Guardian Field, Tower Empire models lose a wound. 6 is the wound is not lost. So it didn't help out the units that took heavy damage here from weapons firing through, but the one damage that came through here against these Fire Warriors, 2 of them restored. So that should be 3 casualties here instead of 5. So drones helped out a little bit, keeping a few Fire Warriors alive. Right, so we're up to date now with the firepower. That's complete from the Storm Raven. 2 Storm Talons available.
Yeah. Assault cannon into the remnants.
Into them again. Yeah.
And the last cannons into... it's going to be overkill, but your Guardian drone.
That drone there, yes, that drone is called a command link drone.
Actually, scratch that. Sorry, can I change?
Sure.
Last cannon into your...
Ghost kill. Sure, okay. So, assault cannon first, or twin assault cannon into the Fire Warriors. Try and pick on them. Looking for 3s for strafing run. Oh, hold it right there. It could be 4s for hits, actually. All right, so firepower is going to come in here. It's going to be the twin assault cannons going into the Fire Warriors, and the 2 laser cannon shots will go into the Ghost kill here. So 3s for strafing run against the Fire Warriors. Not good. And then 2s to wound. 3 come through. -2. 6 is to save. No, 3 more of those shot down. So now we have taken 6 casualties. Just there. 2 laser cannon shots. You're in range. There's a bit of protection from these drones, but not going to get the bonus because you're so close to that Ghost kill. So it's going to be -1 to hit rolls.
Both hit.
Well done. Yeah, get the 2 hits.
3s.
1 wound. Here comes a command reroll.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 2 wounds coming through here. So I'm going to try and allocate these to... We'll try and tank 1 on a drone. And we'll take it from there. So the first one coming through. So drone allocation 2+. Save your protocols. This is it's dead. It takes them all to win. It's gone. So it tanks that one. Model removed from play. We'll try and tank the next one. 2+. Yes, that's that wiped out. That's that 2 stealth drone unit wiped out, but just taking those hits there, don't the laser cannon shots come through against the ghost kill. Okay, so that's that unit finished of its firepower. There's another Storm Talon. This one's on a damage bracket, yeah, so it's going to be on a bracket. So Storm Talon gunship's going after the wipeout here, I think, to pick up first strike. So the assault cannon's going after that, and then 2 laser cannon shots going into...
Let's go for him again.
Him again. Okay, here it comes.
So 4s.
4s now because of the damage. It's a 5, that's fine. Just hold facing for the dice here.
Yep.
So those have made it through.
2s.
2s to wound the Fire Warriors. This could be the wipeout here. 6 is required. 1 6 will keep the squad alive. Do get 1 6, so the chasseurs will remain, but morale is going to be an issue for those now. And then next is 2 laser cannon shots.
Yes.
Needing 5s this time.
Nope.
No, missed. Okay. Terminators can't shoot. They're all equipped with close combat weapons. Bit of shotgun.
Shotgun action.
Okay. Mephiston first. Going to try and do a plasma shot to finish off that Tau Fire Warrior.
2s.
Oh no. Oh dear. 3s to wound. No, rolled a 1. Command reroll's been used up.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's a lucky fish.
Yeah, lucky fish.
Okay. Oh dear. Right.
And then shotguns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 shotguns.
5 shotguns into the ghost kill. That's going to be 5s for hits. Because there's a drone and the ghost kills stealth field technology.
2 hit.
2 hits, and it's going to be 5s for wounds. There's a wound. And we'll take an armor save, which we pass on a 3. That's all that firepower there done. I think this is a heavy bolt that can see somewhere. Maybe we'll just double check if there's line of sight. No. All right.
3 shots into.
Breaches.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
2 hit.
2 hits, 3s to wound. 1 wound, and not saved, so breach brought down. Right, so yes, that is the firepower complete here. We were just checking line of sight to see if the heavy bolter could see, but it's blocked there by the terrain. So, shooting phase is complete. Pretty good here for the Blood Angels. We've gone to charges. There's definitely some charges to take place and some Tau Overwatch to resolve as well. Right, so charges and Overwatch have taken place. Quite fateful here. Mephiston's gone. Terminators attempted to charge first, and the command reroll didn't quite make it in. They lost the sergeant as well. With the lightning claws, he's been picked off. That was Overwatch. That just came from this one, saved the others. The charge didn't go ahead. Then Mephiston, just over an inch away, charged in, but got hit by fusion blasters, a cyclic ironraker from here, and Shadow Sun contributing as well. Managed to bring Mephiston down. Did pass out of 5+, feel no pains, but it wasn't enough. He died, taking 6 wounds in total. That means the rules here for first strike, if you bring an enemy unit down in the battle round. So actually the Tau have managed to pick up first strike this turn with the loss of Mephiston. And the Tau, you haven't quite wiped out. Yes, you have. You wiped out drone squad. 2 drone squads have gone. So yes, you've picked it up as well. Okay. So no contact made here. At this point, the Tau have kept the Blood Angels away, but they've taken some heavy casualties. Much of their drone support has gone. We'll go now on to Tau turn 2. Morale to resolve. I'll roll here. If we get a 6, I'll be okay. No, so he's melted away. These 2 drones, I was going to take those away, but I actually need to check for morale. And morales, there's no issue there for the Blood Angels. Cards to trade in.
So, overwhelming firepower, I've got a point.
Yes.
Mission critical objective.
Point for that, yes. And D3, yes. So D3 score here, 1. And supremacy gives you D3 as well. Another 1. It could have been 6 points picked up, but just 2 in the end. But all those cards can be traded in, and Luke can generate 3 new cards next turn. So cards have been traded in. Luke can draw 3 new cards next turn. Morale passed for this drone. The other stealth drones melted away. We've seen the Fire Warrior go there as well. Turn's finished. We'll go on to turn 2 now for the tower. So there's this fight beginning to develop around here. And then the tower gun line's safe for now, but they need to be aware that the Sanguinary Guard's still yet to arrive. Terminators and the Captain and the Death Company and Lamata's still to arrive on the battlefield. Do we commit our crisis battle suits at this stage? Decisions to be made for the tower. We'll go on to their turn 2 next as this battle begins to get underway. Okay, so on turn 2 for the tower, just cover the cards. Psychological warfare remains in play. Big game hunter, so an incentive to blow up big stuff if we can. And then Kingslayer, so the Warlord's not on the board at the moment, but a card perhaps to save for later on. So really, we are cut down for objectives here, having lost the defend objective cards. So tower, I think, just need to focus on destroying enemy units here for much of this game. We've kept the gun line as it is. We've kept these where they are, no movement taking place. Just the commander is advanced. Across here, about 12 inches in total. It's automatic advance of 6 inches for his Ghost Orks Among Us Warlord trait, plus his normal move of 8. So he's moved out to them, planning to shoot and then track back in. Across here, just the tower sensing Blood Angel's deep striking units about to arrive. So they've tried to form a perimeter of the breaches, and then Shadow Sun and the 2 Ghost Kills trying to take shelter inside here, but I'm not sure how much it's going to help them if Luke decides to bring down deep striking units in this sector. Then the drones in amongst them as well. Did pay 2 command points, restored the 2 lost wounds on this Ghost Kill, so it's back up to 10. We'll go on to shooting phase next. I think we'll focus our firepower on trying to remove as many of these flyers as we can. So we'll start with Markolites here. This one's going to try and Markolite the Storm Raven on, or Storm Talon on 7 wounds remaining. Okay, we're both saying reroll the dice. So 6, that's got a hit. Then we could, I'm going to play. No, we'll leave it. So we'll keep that as it is. Then, because there's another strategy we can use now for Markolites, and then we'll fire he's out of range, Cadre Fireblade. He needs a 3 because Ballistic Skill 2+. So he gets his hit, that's against the other Storm Talon. So 1 Markolite each. On the one with 4, we'll play a stratagem that gives us D3 extra. This is Uplinked Markolite, it's called. So add another 1. So 2 Markolite hits on the closest Storm Talon, 1 on the other. And 6+, no, because we've already reclaimed a stratagem or a command point back on a 6 at the start of the turn. So we'll just take that one off, and we'll put some Markolite hits on these Storm Talons. So on the shooting phase here, I've just played one of the new stratagems from the Psychic Awakening book, Aerial Targeting it's called. And I've declared it onto here, so an extra Markolite counts on that second Storm Talon. So both of them on 2 Markolite hits each. Just means I can let loose with my Seeker missiles at the back here. We've gone to some firepower now. Right, so we're going to fire this one. Real one's been granted by the Imperial. So it's the high-yield missile pods. High-yield missile pods and 1 Seeker missile going to go into the closest Storm Talon, range 36. So Seeker missile hits the target. No, it doesn't hit the target. It's 5s to hit with him, so that's missed. And then the high-yield missile pods, that's going to be 8 shots. Then 5s and rerolling 1s. So just the 1 makes it through. We don't have velocity tracker here, so it's just 5s for hits. And no wound comes through on a 2. So that's his firepower complete and the missile used up. So next we'll fire the commander here. It's going to be... Are you not in hover mode, are you? No. Regular flying. Okay, so -1 to hit rolls for that. And then -1 to hit rolls because we advanced. So it's going to be 4s for hits. Rerolling 1s because of the Markolite hit. So hit with 3. 3s to wound. 2 make it through. AP -4. So it's going to be 2d6 damage. And it is 4. 4 required. 4's been scored. And it doesn't explode, but Storm Talon brought down. So I've now jumped the commander back, just like the tide. Comes in, and he goes out again. So he's going to disappear behind the tower gun line. So I'm going to fire this one now. This is the broadside with the heavy rail rifle and seeker missile. So one seeker missile will go into the Storm Talon here. Heavy rail rifle is in range 60 of the Storm Raven gunship. So one shot missile, here it comes, seeker missile. Gets the hit on a 5, it's a 4 required. Then 3's to wound. Wound comes through, -3 on this one. Not saved, and the damage is 5 wounds caused, down to 2 wounds left. Yep, so scrub that damage. It's only -2 on a seeker missile, so back up to 7 wounds. Just double checking that. Then heavy rail rifle, 4's to hit the Storm Raven. Missed him twice, no rerolls available. We'll go on to the next one. This one here, we'll just check his line of sight. Okay, yeah, so he can't see the Storm Talon, so not going to fire the missile, but we'll fire the heavy rail rifle into the Storm Raven gunship, needing 4s. 2 hits, this could be trouble. 2 wounds, -4, 2d6 damage, 6 wounds caused, 4 remaining. Storm Raven gunship brought down. Doesn't explode, I don't think, on a 4.
I'm just thinking if it's worth
detonating yourself.
No, I'm going to automatically shoot a weapon.
Ah,
using a stratagem.
Yes, one of the new stratagems available.
Yeah.
2 command points. And you can elect to fire rockets, multi-melters, or assault cannon. Or twin assault cannon, it'll be the whole thing, 12 shots.
Ghost kills.
It's going to go for melters into one of the ghost kills here. So 2 shots. 1 hit comes through. Here comes the wound. It's wounded. Oh, it's going to go through. I've got a 4+ invuln save. We'll take the 4+ invuln save. We pass on a 5s. The shield holds, stops that multi-melter shot from coming through. Storm Raven gunship removed from play. They don't seem to last too long, Storm Raven gunships in 40k. At the moment, mine are brought down very quickly, and this one has been dispatched here on turn 2 as well. Still have one of these left. We'll check line of sight with this one. Okay, so no further firepower from here. This one can't see, no target, but not too bad. The support from this side of the board coming across. The velocity trackers helping out with accuracy. 2 of the Blood Angels flyers brought down. That frees up these to less targets here, and they can perhaps concentrate more of their firepower towards the Terminators. All right, Shadow Sun to fire next. So she's going to grant reroll 1s to the... She'll grant it here, actually, from the drone to him, just to give him reroll 1s when he fires to try and stop mortal wounds from coming through with the Cyclic Iron Raker. Shadow Sun's going to fire her shots. This is the debut. This is the first time this model's got to shoot here. She died in the last game very quickly, but here comes the firepower. This is the dispersed version of the Fusion Blasters. So, 2s to hit -1, so those 2 have hit. That one's missed. This one can be rerolled because it's Marker-Light hits. So, 3 hits. 3's to win at strength 7. They're all wounded. It's AP -4. And because of the range, it's 2d3 choosing the best. So, the first one, 3. The next one, 2. And the next one, 3. That's a total of 8 damage here. And Storm Raven gunship, or Storm Talon, has just exploded here. But she has managed to cause 8 wounds here and to bring the 3rd flyer down. Yeah, mortal wounds taken. Lots of 1s being rolled though. So 1 breacher gone. Shadow Sun took a wound from the blast there from the exploding Storm Talon. Out of range of this drone, but a mortal wound caused here on this ghost kill. So I just need to mark that up. Down to 9 wounds left. Okay, flyers are all away here. So air support is now gone. Well, our remaining firepower, we have left them in range 24 and range 18, so we're going to direct some firepower now against those Terminators. So here we go, Fusion Collider, 2 shots plus the 2 Fusion Blasters into the Terminators. Re-rolling 1s was not granted to him, so we're just on 1 hit. It does wound, 3+ invuln save. Yep. Passed. 2 Fusion Blasters from him. Rerolling 1s. Yep, gets the hit. And no wound. And then finally the Cyclic Iron Raker against Terminators, overcharging. Rerolling 1s. 2 hits. 2 wounds at strength 8. Yeah, just -1. 3 ups. 1 gets through. It's going to be D3 damage. It's going to go through here on 1 wound caused. If I command rerolled already this phase, don't think so. So I'm going to command reroll that. And we do. We get 3 wounds. So Terminator gone. Alright, so that's shooting phase complete here for the tower. So, cards to trade in. Big game hunt has been achieved, and it's 3 flyers brought down here with 10 wounds or more. So D3 victory points. And we get 3 picked up here. So, a tasty amount of points being scored. Kingslayer, the captain is not on the board yet. And psychological warfare. So, yeah, we're not going to achieve it this turn. I don't think we're ever going to achieve it, so I'm going to dump psychological warfare. We'll keep Kingslayer in play, draw 2 cards next turn. So, end of turn 2 for the tower. I think they're going to be happy enough having removed those flyers from play, but the game's far from over here. Plenty of deep strikers, plenty of nasty deep strikers available here still for the Blood Angels. 3 nasty units plus the captain and Labartez to descend down from the skies. If they turn up this turn, we'll see what Luke decides to do as we go on to the second turn now for the Blood Angels. Alright, so turn 2 for the Blood Angels. Everything's descended from the sky just as the tower had feared. Down here, Unit 5 Terminators and the Captain have arrived just over 9 inches away from the tower units here and here. The Death Company have arrived in this gap in the middle of the table. The Martyrs just behind the rocks there. Sanguinary Guard have landed here. I think they could try and take out Shadow Sun if they can. And you've hidden them, so we'll not be able to overwatch them as they go in. Okay. Right. Okay, so trying to be as efficient as possible here. Scouts have spread out. It's trying to deny the tower areas to deep strike in with their battle suits, which haven't turned up yet. And Terminators, I take it they've made an advance move?
No, just moved. Just
moved, okay. And that is about it. Cards that have been drawn. Priority, Purity Free Bloodshed. So that is destroying enemy units in the fight phase. Defend objective number 1 and defend objective number 5. Defend objective number 5 is here. So quite doable. Defend objective number 1, a bit more difficult. That is the tower at home objective. We'll go on to, there's no psychic phase anymore. We'll go straight on to firepower next. Yeah, so Luke has switched to tactical doctrine here. So
the Terminator squad's going to shoot at the Fire Warriors.
Dead ahead. Okay. Here come the shots. Loads of shots here available.
Rerolling once.
Yes, with the captain nearby, be rerolling once. There's a good view. Okay, so loads of hits. 3's to wound hit, toughness 3 of the Fire Warriors. There's a load of saves to make here. -1. So that's 8 saves to make. Need 5 pluses. Say 3, but this squad's been cut down by half. We'll take these 5, trying to make the charge distance a bit more difficult. Alright, so 5 casualties taken. Next bit of firepower.
Checking distance. Yeah, captain 2 shots.
Yep. Well, Stormbolter, Terminator. Yes. They'll get 4 shots into the same target here. So needing 2s.
All hit.
3's to wound.
All wounded.
All wounded. Efficient stuff from the captain. We've saved 3 of them though. It's just 1 more Fire Warrior brought down. So that's 6 casualties, but they've been decimated here by Blood Angel firepower. So there's a gap's opened up here that you could start to move through in the tower line. But the idea with the infantry is just to spread them around, just to keep the deep strikers back and away from the heavier guns. Okay, yes, no more firepower here, that's it. So we're going to go straight on to assaults. Luke's going to use some stratagems to try and get the Blood Angels into contact with as many tower units as possible. Charges and Overwatch next. Alright, so charges have taken place. Some incredible dice rolling here for charges going in. So Death Company didn't make it in. They took 3 casualties. That was supporting fire coming in from Commander Ghosttide. But Lamartis made it into contact, jumping around here against the Fire Warriors. An extreme roll being made here. These did make it into close combat against the Fire Warriors. Double 6 being rolled here by the captain, charged round into the breaches. Shadow Sun has been contacted in the breaches by the Sanguinary Guard. And another extreme roll, 11 being rolled here for the Terminators charging in against the breaches. Couldn't declare against the Ghost Girls. They're safe enough for now, at least. So that is the current situation here, but our little defensive block here has been assaulted by multiple Blood Angel units, and the main tower gun line has been contacted here as well. We're going to combat resolution next.
Shadow Sun with 11 attacks.
Okay.
Because you're in a... I want to make sure they...
She dies.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. Threes. Hits it.
Rolling ones. I think they're in range.
The captain, yes, the captain there. So rerolling ones.
Okay.
Don't they get rules? Heirs of Ascalion in range of the Warlord? They get some kind of super bonus. Just double check what that rule is. Yeah, so Heirs of Ascalion, reroll failed hit rolls. So we've got off camera, it's been done here. So a total now of 9 hits.
What's your toughness?
On Shadow Sun, toughness 4. So 4's to win, 3's to wound with the red first. Yeah, she's in serious trouble. She's wounded already. Yeah, she took a mortal wound from the downed ship that exploded. 7. Yep. 6.
-3.
6 saves. She has 5+ invuln save, but I don't think it's really going to help too much here. Boy. Do we try and keep her alive? We've taken a chance. New model syndrome, freshly painted up, drive me mad if she dies again. Yeah, we'll go for a 5+ invuln save. It is past. We'll try and keep that. No, we've already burnt out or used up our 6+ to keep. So it's going to be 2d3 damage here. Just hoping against hope that you roll badly.
That's
4.
2. Because of my stratagem that I played, which is the
Oh,
Death and the Wind.
becomes damage 2. Yes,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so that gives you +1 to the damage rolls.
Every damage roll of a 1 is a 2.
Ah, well then you've killed her. She's gone. Hacked down without mercy. You sit at the painting desk for hours and hours, painting a new model, all excited you bring it to battle, and then dies quickly. It's happened to many a player, and it's happened here. Shadow Sun's been brought down. Did some damage, had a chance to fire weapons at least once in this game before being hacked down by the Avenging Angels. Yes, no regrets here from the Blood Angel perspective. He's glad to cut her down swiftly here.
And the rest on the...
Fighting against the breaches, yes.
Yeah, all hit.
Yeah, reroll and failed hit rolls, they've all hit. 2's to kill here.
Yep.
-3,
Hit,
these
-3,
swords.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the 3 dead. So oh boy, yeah, I'm going to take the ones away from the captain. Deny him the privilege of making his attack. So 3 gone, 5 casualties taken. So I think he can tap into something, but he's got no one left to fight. The breaches have been slain. So fighting here, not going to move here, can't move him because he doesn't find himself an inch of any enemy models. These aren't going to move at all. They could tap into here, but it's not going to make any difference. So now fighting with the Terminators to try and wipe out what's left of the breaches. They can't fight against the Ghost Kills. They weren't declared as a charge too far away, so can't fight against them. 9 attacks, Steve 4s.
Fury of the First.
He wants to kill the right. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, so 3s to hit. Too far away from the captain to reroll 1s. That has helped that stratagem. That's a load of hits now. 2s to pulverise. They're gone. Breaches smashed asunder here. They are removed entirely from play. And you can move in closer, but it's not going to make too much difference here. All right, so all we have now is a drone from Shadow Sun. And then the 2 ghost kills are still very much alive, but they find themselves in trouble on this flank now. They can be hunted down by the Sanguinary Guard, who can keep up with them if they try to get away. We'll switch over to this flank now. Assaults taking place. So a load of attacks here with the fists. There's 4 Fire Warriors to try and take out. That squad's already lost 6 casualties, so 4s are good. I think these Fire Warriors are going to die very quickly. Yeah. 2s to kill them. Can't go wrong. They're gone. That's it. Wipe out. So yeah, they have pushed forwards. Last one to fight is Lamatas. So there he is. He's going to get a load of attacks here. Not Red Rampage.
Yeah!
Okay, here it comes. D3 extra attacks for him.
Yeah.
An extra 1. Okay. He's not that excited about charging into Fire Warriors. So I think he gets 4 or 5 attacks beyond the charge, plus the extra 1 for Red Rampage. 7 attacks, 2s to hit. Did his litanies go off? This
No,
didn't go off. Oh yes, you have to do it at the start of your turn. Yep.
2s?
2s for hits. Yep, it's all hit. 2s to wound. All them except 1. So 6 saves to make, and the AP minus on this.
-2.
6 is kept 1 alive, but another Fire Warrior squad halved in size here by Lamatas. So, yeah, remove those models from play. I've just attacked back with 5 attacks and no hits at all. That is the phase finished here and the end of the turn. Pretty good for the Blood Angels. They've caused some heavy casualties on the tower. Tower infantry have certainly suffered this turn, and Commander Shadow Sun is slain at the feet of the Sanguinary Guard. End of turn, cards to trade in.
Curious if you bloodshed.
Yes, certainly.
That'd be D3.
Because you wiped out the breaches.
Breaches at least 3
Wiped out these Fire Warriors. They're gone.
Fire Warriors, then Shadow Sun.
Shadow Sun and breaches, yeah, got it. Okay, well done.
Yeah.
So this is D3.
D3.
Yeah, just checking the word into the card, so here it comes. Oh, it's another 1 again. All that effort. Just the 1. Oh dear, okay. But another 1 traded in, yep. And then any others?
No, that's
You're
all.
currently on defend. That card can be placed on the table. Just defend objective number 5. That's over there, halfway there.
Ditch, defend 1.
Yeah, it's in the heart of the tower deployment zone. Okay. Yeah, so clearing the table here of cards. So Luke will be able to draw 3 fresh cards next turn. A bit of morale to resolve the tower. And then we'll go on to their turn 3. Yeah, so bonding knife, roll a 6 here, but bonding knife ritual means that those Fire Warriors hold position. Okay, so morale's resolved. Death Company morale. Don't want to roll too high with them. Just 1, they're fine, no problem at all. There's multiple threats for the tower to deal with now. Terminators breaking into their gun line. There's the Death Company, certainly can't ignore them. So the Martyrs going nuts in amongst our Fire Warriors, and then the Ghost Kills look in trouble. It could be the right point now for the Crisis Battlesuits to arrive. We'll go on to turn 3 next for the Tower Empire. They're certainly still in this fight. We'll see what cards are drawn, and we'll continue to take the fight to the Blood Angels. Alright, so turn 3 here for the tower. Cards drawn. Kingslayer still in play to try and kill the captain. May save that for a future attempt to try and fulfill that one. Overwhelming firepower, so kill stuff, shooting. I think that's what we're going to go for with the tower. Secure objective number 3. That's this objective down here, currently being held by the Terminators. A bit nasty to hang around this area at the moment for the tower. So the Ghost Kills have jumped up on top here to lay down some firepower and try and stay out of trouble. We're going to try and deal with the immediate threat to our gun line here. So backed out of combat with this unit of Fire Warriors. This unit's gone forward 6, pushing ahead. The breachers going into the gap here to fire down at the Death Company. The commander's jumped on top here. Not sure who he's going to target at this stage. And granting reroll 1s for shooting from the Imperial. Going to sit still with these. Plenty of targets to pick on with their firepower. And we have the Deep Strikers. They have turned up here for the tower. So the Crisis Battlesuits have turned up just here to try and clear these scouts to stop them from scoring 2 points on top of this objective, maybe to fire at some other targets as well. But this game is really mixed up. There are units for both sides all across the board. Units here for the tower. There's a fight going on here in the tower gun line, and then a fight across here as well. So a good mix-up of a game, units all across the table, and a real mix-up of a fight, which is, it's been interesting to see how the game's developed. It's changed shape every turn. We'll go on to shooting phase now for the tower on their 3rd turn. Right, so Markelites resolve first of all. One's been put on Lamartas, that's from the marksman just here. This marksman put 1 on the Death Company, and then 3 here. Uplink Markelites scored 2. The hit came through the gap. They could be seen by the Cadre Fireblade just there. So that's Markelite hits achieved. We'll go on to shooting now. Alright, so using one of the new stratagems from the Psychic Awakening book, Pulse Onslaught here. I've played it on the breaches. They're all in range 15s. They're all going to get to shoot at strength 6, -2 on the AP against the Death Company. Going to try and see if we can cut these down. 4s for hits, didn't advance. We'll get to reroll 1s because of the Markelite hit. So that's the hits here. A bit above average. 3s to end. Not so good. Just 5, bit disappointing there. But AP -2. So 5 saves or 5+. And then 6s to block, just 1 damage. No, 4 Death Company cut down. I think the breachers will be happy enough for that, to see those boys in black cut down with that pulse onslaught. So, yeah, 4 casualties, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to try and finish them off with this broadside here. So high yield missile pods and smart missile systems to try and finish the Death Company off. So, high yield missile pod first of all. 4s rerolling 1s because the marker light hits. So, like so, 3s to wound. Yeah, 3 wounds. Advanced targeting systems, so AP -2. 4 saves to make here of 5+. This could be enough to cut them down. Save 2. So I will just roll the damage up for those. So the first one is 2, so double 6 needed to keep one of the Death Company alive. Almost 6 and 5. And the last one, just need a 6. No, alright, it's just the Thunder Hammer left. We'll try and finish him off with the smart missile systems now. Those missed, rerolling 1s. Missed. 3s to wound at strength 5. Well wounded. 3 saves of 4+. Yeah, and then 2 6+ feel no pains. No, Death Company gone. That's how Firepower managed to clear them away. Right, next, we're going to put a volley into Lamartas. A full squad of 10 Fire Warriors, the iron range of the Cadre Fireblades. It's going to be, at rapid fire, 30 shots here. He's taken a marker light hit, so we'll get to reroll 1s. So, like so.
Got 2 1s there.
Oh, there's 2 hit, yes. Okay, so 4s for hits. So you can hear other dice being rolled. It's a couple of guys playing Adeptus Titanicus next door. It looks a very good fun game. But anyway, back to the realm of 40k. Adeptus Titanicus is 30k, isn't it, at the moment?
I think so.
Yeah, okay, so there we go. Strength 5, so 3s to wound. Okay. So it looks like 12 saves here. Lamartas could be brought down by this volley from the Fire Warriors, desperately firing as many shots as possible into this chaplain here. 1s and 2s are not good. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel no pains. And 5 wounds caused here. And he's on a wound as well. Yeah, Lamartas brought down by Fire Warriors. Just the sheer amount of firepower has got rid of him. So I'll do the commander next. Going to go into these Terminators. Didn't advance. 2s for hits. Rerolling 1s because they've been marker lighted. 3 wounds come through. 3 saves of 5+ here on these Terminators. 2 5s. Well done. That's the invuln save kicking in. Yeah, unless I roll a 1. It's a 6. And it's 2d6 choosing the best anyway. So 1 Terminator destroyed. So I've since backed off with the commander. As I will fire this first broadside here. Almost, well, very close range indeed here with these long range weapons. So plasma shots first of all. Rapid fire with plasma. No, we'll go for the heavy arrow rifle first of all. So rerolling 1s. 2 hits. 2s to wound. That's going to be a mortal wound straight away. And then 2 saves of 5+ invuln. So save 1.
Yeah, it's 1 down.
1 goes through. No matter what happens, it's just going to be a dead model. That mortal wound will just be taken and then the model removed from play. So he's gone. Then we'll go for the rapid fire plasma. Re-rolling 1s to the mark lights. And that is 2 hits. 3s to wound. Yep, 2 wounds. And 1 wound goes through. Just 1 damage. So a wound taken. On another one. This one at the back, we'll go for the rocket against these as well, and all the other firepower. So missile, hits, wounds, 5 up invuln save. A 3. It's -2 actually, but it's a 4. But still, it's gone through. D6 damage, but it's going to be another Terminator removed. So he's gone. Next, the twin plasma rifle out of rapid fire. So missed. Heavy arrow rifle. 1 hit, 1 miss. Rerolling 1s, still missed. 2+ to wound. There's the wound. 5+ invuln save. No. D6 damage. 2. So he's got heavy flamer. Keep him or?
Yeah, let's keep him.
He can go. Okay, so they're gone. Just 1 Terminator left. Right, so this third one here, I can't see the Terminators. The only thing you can see is that scout unit all the way across there. It's 2 heavy rifle shots, just as they mind their own business. They've been hit. I shouldn't be rerolling ones. Yes, I can. The Imperial granted reroll once. That is 2 hits on the scouts. They've been wounded twice and they're dead twice. 2 dead models, AP -4. Here, this one.
Sorry.
Yeah, middle unit. So they've been 2 of them pulverised by the heavy rifle shots from here. This one's fired. That's it. So one Terminator will remain at here, but the Tau have mostly cleared the threat away from their gunline. Okay, so we're going to fire this one down. We're going to fire the Cyclic Iron Raker first. All the shots are going into the Sanguinary Guard. So, supercharging. No kind of rerolls available. So we'll take a mortal wound. And we get 2 hits. Strength 8, yeah, 2 wounds come through. Only -1, so 3 ups. Pass both. Double fusion blaster shot. Both have missed. Uh-oh, trouble here on this flank. This one, fusion blasters down in here against the Sanguinary Guard. So we'll go for... I have to fire at them. The captain's too far away. So fusion collider, just the 1 shot. 2 fusion blasters as well. They've all missed. Disastrous firepower. Some joy for the town this flank. Disaster on this flank. And the Ghost Kills may well find themselves in a lot of trouble. Right, so around this flank now, the drones first of all. Closest visible is this unit here. Forced to hit with the drone controller help here. So 4s required. And that's the result. 3s to wound. No minus on the AP for these. Just 2 saves required of 4+. Brought 1 scout down. Right, so this unit of drones, they have to fire at the closest visible. This unit can see a couple of these, but not all the models can fire. So I'm going to fire 2 of them. And the rest will just not shoot. So 3s to wound. Just 1 drone firepower, not that great. But 1 more scout brought down from that middle squad. Okay, so he's gone. Now, decisions to make here with the crisis battle suits. Right, so firepower of these. I have played the new stratagem, coordinated assault, I think it's called. It's where you get to count 5 marker light hits, which I'll put onto these. Most of the firepower from these is going to go into them, and then some firepower is going to go across here. So I'm going to put 4 fusion blaster shots and 2 missile pod shots into here to try and wipe them out. The rest of the firepower firing across here against these. So, fusion blasters here, 4 of them. Need 4s. No kind of rerolls against this squad. 2 wounds come through. It's AP minus. Yeah, they're gone. That's away. I declared missile pods into them as well. Next will be 1 missile pod into these scouts. 3s to hit because of the 5 marker light hits. Rerolling 1s because of the 5 marker light hits. That's a miss. And no wound. Rerolling 1s to wound because of their cross-linked stabilizer jets. Experimental technology. That gets the wound. It's AP -1. And it's a 6. Well done. So that's all the missile pods firing. Now plasma rifles. So 1, 2, 3 of those, but then they're rapid fire. So it's going to be 6 shots. 3s to hit. Those 2 missed. 3s to wound. Yeah, 3 wounds come through. AP -3. So those scouts are gone. Then it's going to be 1, 2, 3 fusion blaster shots. This is the last of the firepower here to try and pick on this 1 scout. It's been hit twice, 3 times, 2s for wounds, rerolling 1s. There he is, he's gone. And that defend card goes back in play. Just rolling to see what the damage would have been. There you go. He took 8 wounds. The scout's been pulverised. The Tau have cleared this flank. Bit of overkill with the heavy firepower, but they've wiped out these 2 units of scouts and have now claimed this sector of the battlefield. Right, so no charges or overwatch for the Tau. Turns come to an end. They've cleared this area, looking healthy enough here. The gun line looks healthy enough on this side, but the other end of the board, the Tau in trouble. Blood Angel's still strong at this side of the table. Cards to trade in. Overwhelming firepower. We destroyed 2 units of scouts. Lamatis has gone. Death Company yet. So we've picked that one up. So D3. Gets 3 again. Got 3 on the last D3 as well. Kingslayer. Secure 3. That's this objective. Yeah, no, we'll dump 3. We'll keep Kingslayer here. just to keep Captain Carlion on his toes here if he decides to charge in. So we'll dump that one, and we'll draw 2 fresh cards next turn. So turn's finished here. Both sides picking up points. Tau marginally ahead because of that D3 result that came through. Still much to play for here. Blood Angels strong in this sector. All depends really on the cards that are drawn. We'll go on to turn 3 now for the Blood Angels. Right, so movement to Blood Angels here on turn 3. Just to point out, just discussing the way the game's worked out here. 2d3 opportunity here for victory points. I've rolled 2 3s there, so 6 points picked up. Luke's had 3 chances at d3 and rolled 1 each time. So, plus the other objective that's been scored. At the moment it's 6-4 to the Tau. It could have been 10-2 to the Blood Angels, all depending on the dice rolls that were made for those d3 objectives that were achieved. So Blood Angels, looking at the table, they have taken casualties, units have been deleted, but they could easily have picked up a whole load of victory points here, despite the heavy casualties that they've taken. And Tau, despite the damage that they've done, could have scored a whole lot less in victory points. Just the way the game's worked out, it's been decided potentially here by a few D3 rolls for victory points being scored. But in another game, it could have worked out completely different. But movement done, that wound goes on one of the Sanguinary Guard. Just leave it at the bottom there. They've jumped up, they're happy to charge in against the Ghost Kills. Terminators moving in, protecting the Captain. Scouts moving around just here, and the Terminator's sneaking along here. I think he's going on a one-man mission to try and find the Tau Commander. I'll just cover the points, or the objective cards that have been drawn. Kingslayer, there you go. So the Terminator's on a mission to get him. Defend 2 and Defend 5. So Defend 5 we saw earlier, still in play, and Defend 2, which is a central part of the table. Movement's complete. Bit of firepower to do, and then there'll be some charges and Overwatch. Okay, shooting has been resolved here. This Terminator fired heavy flamer through the gap here and wounded a Fire Warrior or one of the breachers, but we passed on a 6. Across here, Infernos. Okay, pistol. Caused some wounds here on this Ghost Kill. It's down to 6 left. We used a command reroll on our shield, but failed. And that's all the damage that's been done. So it's charges and Overwatch next. A charge to make here, but it's dangerous for the Blood Angels because of the Overwatch from the Tau and the supporting fire. And the same here, this Terminator's going to attempt to charge the Commander, who's out of sight, but I can call upon supporting fire from these broadsides. We'll get these rolled up for now and see who makes it into close combat. Right, so charges are taking place at supporting fire from the broadsides did take down the Terminator here. As he attempted to charge against the Tau Commander. And then across here, we did bring down 2 of the Sanguinary Guard. That was firepower coming, supporting firepower coming from here, and firepower from the Cyclic Ironraker. Did cause a mortal wound note on the Ghost Kill because we supercharged and rolled a 1. So that's the firepower done. Combats will go ahead just here. We'll let Luke roll up and see what he can do. That 4+ invuln save will count for the Ghost Kill in close combat. So 3 of them fighting.
3, and it's 9, 12 attack.
Shock assault. And
because of the Blood Angel.
Yes, a special rule in the assault phase where they get an extra attack as well.
Assault doctrine.
So loads of attacks. Needing 3s. There's a load of misses here. Okay. Still, some hits, good number of hits come through. Strength 4, toughness 5, so 5 swing becomes 4s with the red first. I can see 2. 3, okay, well done. 4+ invuln saves. Pass 2, D3 damage, this Ghost Kill is going to survive. Takes a wound down to 4. I'll put it into a damage bracket, I think, but it's not been cut down. I don't think you have anything to fear for close combat. We'll attack back. So just the 2 attacks. I could have used that drone to intercept one of those, but we've used the invuln save anyway. So we'll go for 2 attacks here because they'll damage. We get a hit, we cause a wound, and just don't roll a 1. He's rolled a 1. Bang on schedule. Okay, so wound taken. These are 2 wound models though, so it's not going to bring anyone down. Well, the model on top is all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is it. Cards to trade in this turn, none. Okay, so no objectives picked up. End of turn, we're going to turn 4 now. No morale to resolve. So we're going to go to the 4th turn. Well, halfway through the game, pushing onto the latter stages here. We're going to turn 4 next. Tower, damage-wise, they've caused more trouble. Need to catch up, though, for victory points. We'll go on to their turn 4 next. Yeah, no, correction. The Tower are in the lead because of those 3 results that we got. But it's not by much. It's just a couple of points at this stage. We'll let the Tower go on to their 4th turn next. Alright, so turn 4 here for the Tower. Cards that have been drawn. Kingslayer remains in play. Supremacy, so control objective markers have managed to do that. We're spreading out of units. And Blood and Guts, that's destroying units in the fight phase. I don't think that's going to happen here for the Tower. Gone aggressive with these. Going to try and lay down some firepower into the Terminators and go after the Captains. So both Ghost Kills have descended down with the drone. The Commander's moved out. Guaranteed advance 6 inches plus 8. We've moved these just to try and get a better line towards the Terminators. The Breaches have advanced. Holding position here. The Ethereal granting reroll 1s. These have all advanced. The Cadre Fireblade. Looks like the coast is clear. So the Tower Infantry beginning to sweep this area. Drones have gone over onto this objective. 8 inches with the drones and with the crisis battle suits, and they have secured this objective here as well. That is movement done. We'll go on to Tower Firepower next. So the Tower Commander, Ghost Tide, is going to fire upstairs at the Sanguinary Guard. So he has got 3 hits and 2 wounds. -4. Save 1 on a 6. And it's just going to pick off that guy that's already taken a wound. So I should have lighted them up. Just fired that and did get the hit here. But that's not helped out. The commander done it in the wrong order. So that's him done. I'll make a move of him. 6-inch move. So I've shifted him across. Now these can see they've moved. They've got a better line. We'll fire at the Terminators with them. They have moved. So it's going to be heavy rail rifles needing 5s. We get a hit. No wound. No, we'll leave that. And then 2 more shots for the other one. 2 hits. 6s would be useful. There's 2 wounds have come through. 3+ invuln saves required here. The Snake Eyes at the wrong time. That could be both of them gone. Come on, reroll. Okay, first one. 3 damage. The next one, 4 damage. Terminators almost gone. Just 1 left. So firepower, he's going to unleash all of his firepower to try and take out this Terminator. So Fusion Collider. D3 shots. 3 shots now. Plus the Fusion Blasters. Needing 4s. And 2 wounds come through. 3+ invuln saves. There's a 1 again. 2 wounds is enough to eliminate that Terminator. So he's gone. I reckon the closest model now is the Captain. We'll put 2 Fusion Blasters into him. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 4 up saves. Save 1. Are you going to command reroll this one? No. 2d6 damage. Take the 5. I think that's him. Yep. Gone. Okay, Kingslayer's now been achieved. And we had declared the Cyclic Iron Raker, but that is done. So, next will be firepower from here. These can see up on top against the Sanguinary Guard. So, this one is in range, so we'll fire the high-orb missile pods. 8 shots. Rerolling 1s because of the marker light hit. This could be enough. 3s to wound. No, just the 1 wound comes through. AP -2. Not saved. The damage is 3. So another Sanguinary Guard's been gone. And then finally, the broadside just here with the heavy rail rifle. We'll fire 2 shots, 1 hit, no wound, and we'll leave it at that. So that's the firepower complete from here. We've still got the crisis battle suits and a lot of their firepower in range here to try and finish off the Sanguinary Guardsmen. So Fusion Blasters are out of range here. They were in range, but models have been removed. So it's going to be missile pods and plasma rifles. So 3 plasma rifle shots, 2 hits. Reroll that one for the cross-linked stabilizer jets. Gets the wound. AP -3. So 5 up saves. No, just 1 damage. And then missile pods here. It's going to be 6 shots. 4s for hits because you haven't used a stratagem. Rerolling once to wound because the cross-link stabilizer jets. 3 wounds. And 2 have got through. It's 2d3 damage. So Sanguinary Guardsman gone. Right, so firepower finish for the tower, and I think the game is over now. They have blasted what's left of the Blood Angels, just a unit of scouts over here, and points being picked up. So Kingslayer achieved, 2 points for that one. Supremacy achieved, 2 points for that one, because we hold multiple objectives. And then Blood and Guts, no. But that's another 4 points being added onto that tally. So that's going to be 10, and that'll put the tower ahead in this game. And they control the table now, just a unit of scouts left on the board. So that's the game. The final score then, 4 points picked up for your objectives, and did get first strike. So 5 points, 10 points here. The tower got first strike, got Slay the Warlord, and Line Breaker, not quite. Okay, so 12 points to 5, the final score. Clear victory for the tower here. Blood Angels, a difficult army to master. Luke struggled here in this game. I struggled when I used them as well. The potential's there for the Blood Angels, but if they get caught out, they're punished with enemy firepower, or indeed with counterattacks as well. So the tower have been led to victory here. Commander Ghosttide has seen this experimental force to victory. Struggling in the league, but the tower have given a good account of themselves in this Challenge the Scorpion game. A big thank you to Luke Seaman for coming down. Great to see his Blood Angels in action. It's been a long time since they've been on the channel. If you go back in the Challenge the Scorpion games, a year or so, or more even, you'll find the previous games with the Blood Angels. Good to see his force expanding in size and trying out different lists. And maybe we'll see him again on the channel with the Blood Angels, or indeed one of the other armies that he has. But there it is, that's the battle. Great game, enjoyable game. Struggle for the Blood Angels, and the tower do control the battlefield at the end of the day. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Right, so units of the game for both sides. Blood Angels struggling with multiple units. Luke's going to give it to the scouts for picking up objectives. Tactically able to spread out across the board, anchoring different objectives. They did their job. No fault to them. They did well in this game and helped bring in some points for the Blood Angels. For the tower, honourable mention to the commander. Decent firepower from him, just sniping and moving away with his quadruple fusion blasters. I'm going to give it to the broadsides here. These were disastrous in the last challenge game, but with velocity trackers, they put out some decent firepower against the flyers, and then levelled their guns against other targets, and kicked out a decent amount of firepower and damage each turn. So I'm going to give it to the heavy rail rifle broadsides. They have redeemed themselves in this battle. That's units of the game for both sides.